Step 1. The skirt. I start by cutting out a strip of dark grey fabric. I hem the bottom and add 2 white ribbons 4 cm above the bottom edge. I then pleat my strip of fabric into 7 cm pleats. I then sew the top 2 cm of each pleat down. I cut out a piece for the belt that is 10 cm wide. My mom sewed the belt to the skirt and I folded it over and whipped stitched the belt to the inside of the skirt. My mom then sewed in the zipper and closed the back of the skirt. Step 2. The jacket. The pattern I used is from the December 2018 Burda magazine. Pattern 106, page 16. It's the top that has a workshop. The only changes I made were to cut the front into 2 pieces and I didn't cut out the extra front collar piece. I began by following the instructions. Sewing the bust darts, sewing the shoulders, sewing the 2 back pieces together with a small pleat at the center, covering the top half of the back to hide the raw edges of the seams, and sew the sides together. After a fitting I found out that it was too large, so I took in the sides. Then my mom zigzag stitched the raw edges. It was also too long, so I shortened it before hemming. Next, the sleeves. I cut out a 6 cm strip out of grey fabric. I hemmed the bottom and sewed 2 white ribbons in the middle of it. Just adding the cuff would have made the sleeves too long, so I first shortened the sleeves to the right length before sewing the cuff. I then sew the sleeves closed and sew them to the jacket. I then folded the front opening over so they would overlap and whipped stitched them into place. The top was folded over at an angle to start the collar. I then added 3 decorative buttons as well as 3 functioning buttons. My mom made the buttonholes for those. Next, the cape. Using a pattern I made with an old t-shirt, I cut out the piece. I hem all the edges and sew 2 white ribbons 1,5 cm above the bottom edge. I then pinned the cape to the collar and my mom sewed it with her machine. The back edge of the cape was tucked into the 2 pieces that make the back of the jacket, while the front edge was simply folded over twice. Finally, I cut out pieces for the ribbon and assemble it. I sew it to the front of the jacket. I add a triangle of fabric that I sew on one side of the collar and close with snaps on the other. This project took me almost 2 months to complete and cost me about €30. I also filmed a dance cover of Kimeteo Hand in Hand. It will be uploaded to my Dailymotion account. Link in the description.